And this is a holistic program of healing and recovery. There's no point as doing all of this great work on the mind if you're suddenly drinking, I don't know, lots of fizzy drinks or something like that. I remember there was a client that came to my clinic many, many years ago complaining of anxiety. And so we went through her history, we went through what kinds of things she's doing, what kind of thoughts are going on through her mind. And I was finding it really tricky to understand why she was feeling so anxious. And I asked about her diet, and she seemed to have a pretty, not a great diet, but on a bad diet either. And I asked her about caffeine, and she said, no, I'm not drinking any caffeine. I said, well, what do you drink then? And she said, oh, I just have about maybe 12 or 13 cups of tea a day. Right? And I said, well, are you aware that tea contains caffeine? And she said, no, it doesn't. I said, yes, tea does contain caffeine. And that's what's constantly triggering your nervous system. So we got to the bottom of that from something that seemed very innocuous. So in the same way, with our diets, we want to just see if there's anything in our diet that might be contributing to that overstimulation. Now, we have to be very careful when we're looking at diet, because some of you, maybe a lot of you, might have been to a nutritionist or a dietitian, and they've said, right, you need to cut out all of these foods and do this and do that. And suddenly we become flustered and stressed to think, well, how am I going to put all of that into practice? And that causes more stress. And then when we do have some symptoms or we feel worse, we think, oh, it's because I ate that. Now I'm feeling worse. I must stick to this diet 100%. And we start connecting our symptoms with what we may have eaten. So we're not talking about a strict diet. I don't think it's diet that's going to heal you from this condition, but we want to make sure that you've got a good diet and nothing is stopping you from recovering in your diet. Okay? And these are general guidelines. The truth is, the way that you discover whether a food is good for you or not is how you feel afterwards. So when you eat a certain food, do you feel heavy and sluggish? Do you feel worse? Or do you have a food and you feel the same, or you maybe feel slightly better? Which foods seem to agree with you more, and you have more of them? So it's having that subtle awareness of what seems to feel right to you.